always Manon? Why is it always her? Like, I don't really feel like, I don't think she's gone for good. But like, I don't really think we're gonna find out exactly what's going on, but I wish we would get some type of like, just some type of explanation, because I swear, I still kind of think or wonder if Manon has some type of like health condition where she like every 2 months, she like can't use her legs or something, so she can't dance. Like, I don't know what it is. It's like every couple of months, not even like every month or two, it feels like the girls are doing something and Manon is not included. Whether it's like a promotional video or it's like, you know, they're recording TikToks and for whatever reason Manon was not there, or they're like promoting in, say, South Korea or something, and for whatever reason Manon is like either not there or she's like in the back. Honestly, I am still so salty that Manon was not in the Gabriella like performance video, because she was in the music video, but like she wasn't in the performance video. And in my personal opinion, like while I do love the Gabriella music video, I actually like their performance video of Gabriella is one of my probably top 2, top 3 favorite pieces of media that this group has ever done. It's incredible, and every couple of months I go back and I run and rewatch it because it's just so gorgeous and beautiful and so well choreographed, so well performed. And then it's like, oh yeah, Manon's not in this. It's just like, it's so frustrating that it feels like this is a recurring issue, and this has been an issue from like jump. If I think back to like when Katseye first started, which kind of feels like it's been a while, but to be fair, it's really only been like, they've been out for a little over a year. Like Touch feels like it came out like a decade ago at least, because the group has gone through so much since then. Looking back at the Touch choreography, or like, no, mainly the debut choreography, because I really love debut. Looking back at those like live performances, the music video, just that choreography in general, it was such a running joke of like, where's Manon? Like, it's like every single person in the group is taking turns blocking Manon. I didn't understand it. I've seen some people say things like, you know, because Manon is the black girl in the group, like maybe they're, you know, they're trying to market to, you know, Japanese, South Korean audiences, and these audiences are used to like K-pop groups basically being all fair-skinned, and so whenever you have someone who's like black, you can't like put them up front because, you know, it won't sell as well. But like Lara isn't fair. Lara's kind of dark. So like, just a little backstory, I love this group. I truly feel like we have not had a girl group in a while who is like the full package and then some. Like, you look at girl groups, and oftentimes when people talk about like the best girl groups, it's always like a throwback. It's always like Destiny's Child, the Spice Girls, Danity Kane, Pussycat Dolls. In my opinion, like these groups have always had a very strong selling point, right? Like if you look at Destiny's Child, no shade, but Destiny's Child's selling point was Beyonce. It was also the vocals. It was the vocals. Obviously, the girls could perform. Obviously, that they look good. Their visual was on point. Like their outfits, the presentation of the group was on point. But overall, like the main focal point were the vocals, the harmonies, the arrangements, and then Beyonce. You look at the Pussycat Dolls, the main focal point, besides like sex or like sexiness, was Nicole. That's the whole thing. It was like, it was burlesque. It was, ooh, look at how hot these girls are, and then Nicole. Or even a group like Fifth Harmony. Like, I would say Fifth Harmony's main draw. What was Fifth Harmony's main draw? Why did I love those girls so much? What was their main draw? I feel like, in my opinion, Fifth Harmony's main draw was that like it was individuality, because all you could tell the girls didn't really want to be in the group. So like it was like, what you loved about the group was how each person individually shined, right? In hindsight, it never really worked as like a cohesive front, but it was fine because it felt like each individual member had something to bring. And even though certain members at times outshone other members when it came to certain talents, overall it still just kind of worked, because it's like they were really the only ones around doing it at the time, besides Little Mix, who I'll get to in a second. Fifth Harmony didn't have any competition, and they all shined greatly. Come on, grammar. They all shined nicely. They all shined as individuals. And so somehow, some way, that just made the whole group dynamic work until it did, and then it all fell apart. Little Mix's draw was that they were a group. Like they were a one unit. Like if you think about, obviously, the whole Jessie thing threw that for a loop. But pre-Jessie leaving, the main thing that you would always hear about Little Mix is how cohesive and how like structured they were as like one vision. You know, every once in a while you would get someone saying like, oh, Perry needs to go solo because Perry has the biggest, most powerful voice. And it's like, no. Jade needs to go solo because she's one of the most popular members. Like, no. Like, it felt like even when they would get asked like in interviews, like, do you want to go solo or whatever, they would always say like, at some point maybe, but right now it's about the group. And it always just felt like not only were the vocals on point, the dancing was on point, the performance was on point. At the time, they like it, you didn't see them as like individuals. You saw them as a group. That was their selling point. They are a unit. They are a group through and through. You know what I mean? Katseye's selling point is that they are like basically good at everything, which is ridiculous. Like if you really think about it, like I just said, I just laid out how like each group has like a very specific selling point, like a specific draw. Katseye, the vocals are on point. Granted, some vocals are a lot stronger than others, but that's fine because everybody can sing. It's not like one person just can't sing, you know? The dancing, on point. Again, I don't think anybody in the group is going to argue that any of the five can dance better than Daniela, you know? But at the same time, everybody can dance. Even though every single member has like their strength, it still feels like not only do we love them as like a unit, but we love them as individuals. They all bring something individually to this group that elevates the unit. It's so crazy. Side note, the fact that they were able to take a song like Gnarly, which I think everybody could agree, when we all first heard that song, it was like, yuck, what is this? But after seeing the first performance of that, it was like, oh, I get it. I understand. The way they are able to basically like yank us by the throat and be like, you're going to like this because we are incredible at what we do is unmatched. Like, I truly feel like that type of draw is unmatched, and the girls have so much potential, but I will get into that a little bit later as well. But it has always frustrated me that it feels like Manon just doesn't, what's the word? Because my first thought was like she doesn't fit, but that's not true because she fits perfectly. But for whatever reason, it feels like she is constantly left out, and we are never told why. It's always just like, you know, she's sick, she needs to recover. You know, they're asking Sophia, what's going on? And she's just like, y'all, we're a unit. We love each other, and love includes giving each other time and space when it's needed, whether that's, you know, for mental health or physical health. But with Manon, it's like, it feels like it is so consistent. Like, it is all the time. It's never just like, oh, damn, like, Yoon Chae missed the performance because she was sick. Or like, oh, damn, like, Daniela won't be in this performance because she's sick. It's always, like, sometimes it's like Manon and someone else, but it's always Manon. And it's so frustrating that there are so many examples of this, and we don't really get an explanation aside from like, she's sick, so what do we do? This one is different because, first of all, this is not just like, oh, she's missing Lollapalooza, she's missing Coachella or whatever it is. Like, she is going on a hiatus, and we don't know how long this is going to last. And usually every time that she has not been present for something, somebody, her, the label, whatever, will come out and be like, Mama's sick, she'll be back soon, right? This is like, no, she is taking a break. Like she will not be in performances for the foreseeable future until whatever gets worked out. And that just feels a little different, especially because Manon herself has come out and been like, hey guys, I'm fine. I'm healthy. Things are good. It's just, unfortunately, sometimes things happen that are out of your control and you just gotta roll with it, but I can't wait to come back. And it's like, well, what does that mean? What exactly does that really mean? Because you're saying you're not sick. I mean, I guess you could say that maybe like something happened to her family, or like there's also the real possibility that just Manon has received so much like hate, mainly racist hate, over the past, honestly, since she's been in the group, which is insane. I've seen some of it online, especially on Twitter, but I try to just ignore it because it's like, people are just stupid, they're gonna be stupid. It's a very real possibility that like, it got so intense and ridiculous that she was like, I need a break. I can't do this. I need to step away for at least for a little bit. And I do appreciate that like, we're in a time nowadays where it's a little more acceptable to prioritize your mental health for different reasons. My fear with this though is that the group is going to have a hard time recovering. I do feel like Manon going on hiatus is going to affect the group. I don't know how, but I have some theories. I think best case scenario is the girls continue as a fivesome, as five, and things just kind of mellow out. And then, you know, give it hopefully only a couple of months. And then Manon comes back, she's refreshed, she's good to go. And then we all just, you know, pretend like it didn't happen and just we all as a collective just try to be nicer to everyone going forward. Another scenario that I see that I don't really love is that, like, because Manon has been excluded so much, that the group kind of gets solidified as a fivesome. And I really wouldn't like that. And I wouldn't even be considering that as a possibility if Manon wasn't excluded from so much stuff already. It just feels like, unfortunately, it is a possibility that, you know, who knows how long this hiatus is going to be. She could come back next week and then all of this is for naught and we're whatever. But she could take like a year off, which would be kind of insane considering they've only been active for a little over a year. I don't want to believe that she would take that long or even longer than that to like get back into the right headspace. But if that were the case, I could definitely see the general public getting used to Katseye as five. Because again, there's been so many examples of them just being five already. I think it's just so unfortunate because like this group is so fresh. There has so much potential, bro. Like besides all of the things that I mentioned before, they have the cultural angle as well. I think Gabriella did so well because it's like it's besides the fact that it's just a good song and it just feels good. I think it gave us a glimpse of what a future could look like where say they release an EP or an album or whatever, where each song represents a different member. Like they're all participating in the song, but like you have one song that's kind of Latin. You have one song that's inspired by, say, K-pop. One song that's more of like, I don't know Filipino. I don't know Filipino music like that. So I can't really like, you know, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like you have songs in an album or an EP or whatever that represent each member's cultural background. There is so much like, there's just so much there. And given the fact that like I said before, they are like queens at basically telling us you're going to like whatever we put out because we're going to perform our asses off. And there's just so much potential here. And I would really, really hate a world where Manon was not involved in that. Especially because, like, if we're being honest, Katseye has been in a tricky situation, like, not even including all the Manon stuff. I don't think we really have a strong grasp of who Katseye is. If we look at every single song on their EP, Gabriella is the only song that really feels like it has any staying power, and it's because it's the only one that really feels like it showcases the girl's vocal ability and feels good to listen to. The other songs, like Game Boy, for example. Game Boy is easy to listen to and nice to listen to. It's a pop song, it's cute, it's fun, but it doesn't really showcase the girl's vocal ability. It doesn't really give us anything where it's like, ooh, that's Katseye. Even though it's one of my favorite songs on Beautiful Chaos, it doesn't really... It is a bit of a filler song, if we're being for real, for real. And Gnarly is a standout, but I feel like Gnarly is a standout because it's so jarring. I don't see anybody listen to that song in a couple of months. I don't see anyone listening to that song today. Like, I don't hear anyone playing that song. I don't hear that, like, that song has no real power aside from, like, being a big, trendy moment. Like, you know, it's good for what it was, but it's not going to propel the group any further because it's like, they tried to do that with Internet Girl. Internet Girl is awful. Like, yeah, Internet Girl has a similar thing where it's like the live performance really breathes life into the song, but it doesn't have the same oomph that Gnarly did. The girls did come out like a couple of days ago and say they were going to like this year is gonna be different. They've heard the feedback, they're listening to the fans, and this year, like the music they're releasing, they didn't go into like specifics, but they just said that like, you know, the music they released this year is really going to speak to the fans' wants, like what we've been wanting from them, which is amazing. I saw that and I was like, oh, here we go. Like it's gonna eat. I'm really excited about it. And then literally days after, it's like, oh, but also Manon is leaving. And who knows when she'll be back. I don't know what the future holds for these girls. I just know that I'm a little nervous. I haven't been this like excited about a girl group honestly since Lil Mix. I'm really nervous for their future. I hope for the best, especially for Manon. Like I feel like Manon has been just kind of shit on like a lot by the fans, by the label. I just feel like Manon has just not gotten like what she deserves from this group, and that has nothing to do with the girls. Like it has to do with like the people managing them and the public's response to them. I could be missing something, or like maybe more has come out since this video's been posted. Let me know. Comment below if you have any more information. Just comment your thoughts, because I cannot be alone in this. Like I'm kind of shocked, but also I kind of expected it. But regardless, like this just sucks. It just sucks. And I want more for the girls, and I want more for Manon. So